The challenges faced by Filipino nation, Republic Act number 3844 or the Agrarian Reform Code. Whenever I came across agrarian reform, one thing that comes to my mind is the Hacienda Luisita massacre. These are some examples of a newspaper that was published that talks about the Hacienda Luisita massacre or issue. These are the real scenarios or real photos taken during the activation or protesta of people or family of Hacienda Luisita massacre victims. Hacienda Luisita is a large sugar plantation in Tarlac, Philippines, spanning 6,453 hectares and 11 barangays across 3 towns. So, Hacienda Luisita, as mentioned, is really a big land or farming land or agricultural land. And this is owned by the Cuangco family, including the late and former president of the Philippines, Cory Cuangco Aquino. The hacienda was a key site of land reform efforts, including the distribution of land to tenant farmers, although the process faced challenges and controversies, particularly regarding unpaid sales, shares, and the Luisita massacre incident. Until now, sadly, the victims of Hacienda Luisita has not yet claimed the justice that they deserve. And it's quite odd that the Hacienda Luisita incident has been this year's circulating and is still alive at this day, and that justice was not yet served, although 2 Aquinos have already or 2 Cuangcos have already had their places as president of the Philippines. Still, sadly and unfortunately, the justice was not served for them. So this is an overview of Republic Act 3844 or Agricultural Land Reform Code. It is enacted in 1963 to perform land ownership in the Philippines. It focuses on owner cultivatorship and family-sized farms, especially with the farmers who have been tending the land for how many years. Its goal is to improve social and economic status of farmers. So the key provisions: abolition of shared tenancy, abolish shared tenancy, ended crop sharing between tenants and landlords. So this means that the tenants are the farmers and the landlords obviously are the owner of the lands. Introduce leasehold system, fix rental payments, and replace share of harvest. So instead of rental payments in cash, they would replace share of the harvest. If pila ang harvest ana nga season, mag-share na lang sila instead of paying. So here are the leasehold system details. Farmers as leases. Lease land directly from landowners. Wala na ilaing agian pa if magbayad sila or mag-lease sila. Diretso na jud sa tag-iya sa yuta or the owners of the land. Next is fixed rentals. Rent paid in money or produce. As mentioned kanina, that they could pay either rental or mag-share na lang sila og harvest or produce. And security of tenure. This protects farmers from arbitrary eviction. So this protects them if one day mokalat ang ingon ang landowners nga ilang gamiton and then ipa-evict lang sila dito. So like this will protect their rights. Of course, kay there are some cases that we have seen that in the news that there are farmers or tenants of the land that has been evicted, kapangrali sila, and they would really say nga they have been living there for how many years, and this Republic Act can protect their rights in terms of this na dili sila mapahawa dito. Establishment of land authority. So we have your land acquisition, land distribution, and support services. Sa land acquisition, procures land for redistribution. So, redistribute ang lands accordingly to the tenants or number of tenants. Kanang bitong bahina na lang og yuta. This happens to my great-grandfather that instead of nga mo pay akong great-grandfather is gatagan na lang siya og yuta, which is redistributed among sa kauban niya nga mga farmers. So they've been tending the land for long years, for how many years? So gatagan sila piece of land that is redistributed among other farmers nga kauban niya. And then so that is land distribution. And of course, support services. So support services, these oversees credit, marketing, and technical aid. If there's something na pwede matabangan ng farmers, then pwede matabangan ng farmers because of this law. Republic Act also have the support system for farmers. Create credit facilities, assist the financing for farm operations. This law that just focus on the land, but this also helps farmers to have loan or credit para they could have the finances for farm operations. These also help in marketing assistance. So methods to sell produce effectively. This Republic Act promotes how farmers could possibly market their products. Kaya usually, doy kayo ang mga local farmers because their produce is dili siya maabot sa market, or there are many scenarios or factors that could affect this na dili nila ma-market, dili nila masell ang ilang produce sa market. And this Republic Act aims to help the farmers, especially in terms of marketing, to sell their produce. Of course, they have technical services. This includes training and information on modern farming. This not sa modern age, so or even during this this Republic Act, this also aim to educate farmers, to help them to know the right information, the right data, and to train them to have the right skills to cope up with modern farming. Para dili sila behind from technology, especially in terms of agriculture. Now we have judicial system under Republic Act number 3844. Number 1 is dispute resolution, settlement of land reform conflicts. So under this judicial system is the land dispute. There are many scenarios good even na mga papers and everything. There are still conflicts among land distribution, and this Republic Act aims to solve that under its judicial system. 2 is immediate implementation, quick handling of agrarian case disputes. So if there are agrarian disputes, these are also aimed immediately ma-implement ang judicial system, magdali ang pag-handle sa any problem regarding land dispute, mga ma-fix siya dito, ma-okay siya dito. Aside from the judicial system under RA 3844, aim to give legal protection to farmers. This protects the farmers' land rights, especially the land rights of the farmers. This aim to protect the rights of the ownership of the land. Now we have here the objective honor cultivatorship. So we have here number 1, empowerment. Farmers own the land that they cultivate. As mentioned, the farmers who tended the land and cultivated the land have the right to own the land that they have been tending or cultivating. Next is economic independence. This promotes self-reliance and independence on the farmers. Nga di na sila magsalig sa landowners. This will help them grow their finances. This also promotes um, financial stability sa part sa farmers nga na sila stable income because the land that they are cultivating or the land they are plowing or tending is their own. Another is social justice. Readdresses landlord-tenant inequalities. So the landlord-tenant relationship mawala dito ang inequalities. Dili na siya may mo unfair sa part sa farmers, and it will not be unfair also sa part of the landlords. So fair ang tanan because of RA 3844. Another objective of RA 3844 is the family size farm. Sustainable livelihood, land sufficient to support the farmers' families. So enough land ownership or size of a land that could support not just the farmer itself but the family of the farmer. Next is food security. This ensures stable food production for homes. So there is a stable food production. And next is rural development. Strengthens farm communities economically. Overall, this improves farmer welfare. Number one, in terms of dignified life, enhanced living condition for farmers. Because it's a sad reality that kinsa patong nag-feed sa nation, which are the farmers, is the one nga nagkakagutom. It's quite unfair, but RA 3844 aim to give the farmers a dignified life. Next is economic status, increase in income and financial security. This RA really wants to increase the income, to add income sa farmers. So they will have financial security na stability, dili na problemahon ang kwarta, dili problemahon kung silang kaunon because there is financial security and stability since they have the rights na to the land. Lastly, social recognition. So sadly, pod is another reality check lang good. Sadly good and unfortunately until now there is this lack of social recognition for the farmers who has the most best job in the world or the most important job in the world since they are feeding the nation, not just the nation but the world. But because of Republic Act number 3844 or the Agricultural Land Reform Code, this give the affirmation to farmers' rights and rules. So they are recognized, dili sila tamas-tamason because they have the rights. They have the rights too. That was it for my short discussion about Republic Act number 3844 or Agricultural Land Reform Code. So thank you everyone.